How to lose at least 30 pounds of body fat in 90 days or less. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show, the show that is dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, mentally as well as physically. In this week's episode, I'm going to tell you all about how to lose at least 30 pounds in 90 days or less using the same formula that I did to lose all my weight, but most importantly, keep it off. And the same formula I use with all my clients get these absolutely incredible results as well. But before we dive into this week's episode, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We go live on this page every single week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay updated with every single episode. Don't forget to smash a like on this video if you find it helpful, and let us know any big takeaways in the comments or any questions you got specifically around your challenges. And don't forget to share it with somebody who may benefit from this session as well. So we're going to get straight into it. A step-by-step process in order to help you at least lose 30 pounds in 90 days or less. And it all starts off with having a clear reason to change. Why is it you want to lose weight? Why is it so important to you? Because if you do not have an anchor, then guess what? When you're tired, when you're fatigued, when life is throwing curveballs at you left, right, and center, you're gonna take the easy option. You're gonna give up. And this is what happens 9 times out of 10 for most people. They simply lose that motivation. So get really clear on the reasons why you want to change and why it's so important to you. And we've got to go a little bit deeper than just surface level stuff like wanting more confidence or wanting more energy. So really think about how your life is being impacted right now. Where you are with things, how is it impacting your confidence? In what way, shape, or form? Are you always covering up? Do you avoid taking your children swimming? Do you avoid being intimate with your partner? Have a look at how it's impacting your energy. Are you getting home from work absolutely knackered and you've got no get up and go to do things that you'd like to do or spend quality time with the children? How is it impacting your health? In what way, shape, or form? Are you at high risk of contracting diabetes, having heart disease, having a stroke? Really think about where you are with things right now and why it's so important that you make these changes. And then also visualize who you want to become. What will that look like? How will you be showing up differently? What this will do is it'll create you a reason so powerful that on the days when you are tired, you're feeling demotivated, and you don't want to do the things you know you should be doing, it will keep you going. It will be your anchor point. So that is the first thing we need to be doing. Now, the second thing we need to be doing is looking at our nutrition. We've got to create a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make when it comes to losing weight is they create a deficit that is too big, too restrictive, and there's no wonder they can't stick to it and they're failing by the time it gets to the weekend, only to be starting again in the same vicious cycle every single Monday. So you've got to figure out a deficit that is manageable, sustainable, but also allows you to facilitate fat loss. Now, I would recommend around 1 to 2 pounds per week. So that is going to equate to a 5 to 10% deficit. Now, there's a number of online calculators that you can use to help you work out your deficit. However, a lot of them do give you quite a big deficit. So what I'm going to do is link down my transformation guide down below that has a calorie calculator inside it that is specifically set to a 10% deficit, which will make it more manageable for you to stick to. Now, once you've got your calorie deficit number, it's super important that you eat foods that fuel your body, they satisfy you, but most importantly, you enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it, then guess what? You're never going to stick to it and you're going to see it as a short-term solution. But we want to make sure the weight we're losing, we're keeping it off forever. So that's why you've got to enjoy your food. Now, when it comes to losing weight, you don't have to be eating rabbit food. You don't have to just be eating salads, okay? Look at the type of meals that you enjoy and ask yourself, how can I make them more nutrient dense, more calorie friendly to align with my goals? So for example, I absolutely love pizza and chips. Now, for most people, they would look at pizza and chips and say, well, you can't eat that when you're on a diet, but I'm not on a diet. I'm creating a lifestyle change. So how can I make my pizza and chips more nutrient dense and fit within my calories? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get yourself a Greek flatbread or a tortilla wrap. Put some tomato puree on it. Put some low-fat cheese. Put on some lean meats, some veggies like onions, peppers, mushrooms, whatever you enjoy. Then whack it in the oven or the air fryer. Then get yourself some potatoes, chop them up, bit of fry light, bit of herbs and spices, and in the air fryer. There you have a more nutrient dense version of pizza and chips. that's going to save you a ton of calories, keep you satisfied, but also very enjoyable. So look at the type of meals you enjoy and ask yourself, how can I make them better myself to align with my goals? Now, that's not saying you cannot have the real deal every now and again. Follow the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time, focus on your more nutrient-dense foods. And then 20% of the time, allow yourself a little bit of leeway, because this will make it a lot more enjoyable in the long run and it'll allow you to stick to it better. Now, the other side of the coin when it comes to the fat loss and weight loss side of things is energy expenditure. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make when it comes to energy expenditure is focusing solely on the exercise. Now, whilst exercise will contribute towards calorie expenditure, it's not your biggest bang for your buck. Your biggest bang for your buck is going to be your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is what's going to be a game changer for you. Now, this is things like pottering around, doing the gardening, doing the housework, me fidgeting my fingers, anything that is not specifically exercise. And another thing that counts towards this is your daily step count. So if you can increase your daily step count, that'll be a game changer for you. Now, there is no magic number for this, despite what some people may lead you to believe. Some people might say you've got to be getting your 10,000 steps a day in. That is not true. You've got to be doing a little bit more than you're doing at the moment. So let's say, for example, you're doing 4,000 steps. Can you bump that up to maybe 4,500 steps? Then each week, gradually build it up to a place that you can then sustain long term. So that will help you with calorie expenditure and aid you in that fat loss phase. Now, when it comes to exercise itself, yes, exercise will contribute towards it, but think of exercise as a way to make yourself mentally stronger, physically stronger, and physically fitter. So you want to be prioritizing the exercise you enjoy because you're more likely to stick to it. But I do recommend, if your goal is to have a more aesthetically looking body where you're a little bit more defined, then do implement some strength training inside there as well. So anywhere between 1 to 3 times a week is more than sufficient, making sure you're hitting a wide range of muscle groups to help you have that full body effect when it comes to your training. Now, the next part of being successful when it comes to losing at least 30 pounds in 90 days is identify your bottlenecks. What are the things that are going to stop you being consistent on your journey? And this is going to look different for everybody, but I'm going to give you some of the common bottlenecks that we see our clients face in the Built to Inspire program. So the first one is procrastination. Waiting for the perfect time to start. So don't just watch this video and say, I'm going to start on Monday. Start right after this video. Start taking action. There's never going to be a perfect time to start, so make the most of it. Another one could be emotional eating, where you're eating your emotions. Eating when you're bored, eating when you're sad, eating when you're stressed. So if that's the case, making sure you're addressing the triggers in your life right now and then putting different coping mechanisms in place to help you with that. Another one could be lack of support. You've not got people around you to help you on your journey. If support is lacking for you, join our free communities, link down below, will help you stay on track. And then the last thing when it comes to your journey is super important to remember, there may be a time over your journey when you do slip up, but that's okay. Do not allow that slip up to define your journey, and do not allow that to then go into self-sabotage. Think about it like this. When most people slip up, they go F it. They press the big red F it button. They think they've ruined it, so they might as well just carry on overindulging, slipping up, and then start again next week or next month. And then before you know, you're stuck in this vicious cycle again and again and again. Think about it logically, okay? Have you ever stubbed your little toe on the corner of a cabinet? Pretty painful, right? Now, if you did that, would you then go, F it, I've stubbed my little toe, and then whack the side cabinet with your foot to stub all your other toes? You wouldn't, would you? So do not do the same with your food. You see, it's not the slip up that's the issue. It's when you slip up and then sabotage. If you simply slip up, wipe the slate clean, get back on track, it'll be an absolute game changer for you. I guarantee it. Now, if you follow these steps in this week's episode, not only will you start losing the weight, but you're going to start keeping it off long term as well. So let me know in the comments down below, what is going to be your first action point from this episode? And don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them down below as well. You've also got access to all our social media pages where we post content every single day on a variety of topics, link down below, plus access to our exclusive community as well, which has all our different plans for less than a coffee a day. But guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you've got any questions, let me know, and hopefully I'll see you next week.